All right, just a little concept project. Let's turn it on. Have a look at the board of the Friendship 7. Come over here and we'll go ahead and clean up. Do a little reset. I got to work on the last one there, obviously. But I just wanted to kind of do a simulation type of test. And so if you look back, I've got my flipper switches here. I just got to tap. And so the ball is heavy, as you can see. And so what I'm thinking is, this switch is right now in my way of doing any real test. I haven't taken anything, I haven't cut the board or anything like that. But I'm thinking that I need some sort of a little ramp. This comes out. What I think I'll wind up doing is cutting kind of the shape or the profile of that into the board and make a SkeeBall assembly and have it sit right at flush with the baseline or even just under. That way you're just elevating the ball to get a little bit of height as it drops in, and depending on how well or how hard it hits, then it'll drop into the score. Because with a Friendship 7, you don't have the, it doesn't come across and get kicked over. It doesn't kick and then you plunge. It drops actually through into this little guy, and it says, okay, yep, so count the ball down, etc. You have switches for that, and then it goes over to get pushed up. So there's a plunger that pushes the ball back up, and then you could pull and let it go. So what I'm thinking is, it's already below grade, or below the play field. I can possibly put a scoring rack underneath and have it come in on this side. That way it doesn't actually count against your balls. If it dropped out like back here, it would and you would lose a ball, etc. But if I were to drill another hole, have it come in ahead of that, then you would just push your plunger to push the ball up, and then you reshoot or you replay. And so the only way you would really lose the ball is whenever it came down here, or you lost it in here, got kicked around. So you would lose it in a regular pinball manner, and you could still do all kinds of scoring and all up top with the advance. And what's one of the things with the Friendship 7 is you have a 3 here, a 4 over there, and the 1 and 2 are up here. And there's a reset rack. So what I'm thinking is, if you get like 1, 2, 3, and then either side of this, you would get 4. If you were to knock all of those out, you would get a ball added. And that would last you through, whether it's, I guess this is a 5-ball game to start off with. So if you're able to do that, you could kind of keep adding balls. I'm also thinking about revamping the Friendship wheel. Instead of saying Friendship, have like a logo, and then SkeeBall and a logo. And right now, the way it advances, you get like an extra credit or something if it's on an N and it's lit up, and then you hit that, I think is when you would get that credit. But I'm thinking I might be able to revamp that so that you would be able to light each one of these up. It may take another bunch of relays to do that and another reset rack, but you could then do it. Thinking if you converted this into that pin to where instead of kicking, you would have it to where it would advance, and you could potentially get it to light everything up, is one way. The other way I've thought about is just leave it as is, get the extra rack, and then put like a bunch of lane guides up here for SkeeBall. And so as you kind of shoot and come back through, then you would get credit for that and try to build it up. So not sure what I want to do there. And I've also been getting a little bit of flack from guys saying, hey, that's a Friendship 7. There were only 800 made. Why don't you restore it? And while that sounds all nice, and I would love to do that, I just don't have the skills to be able to secure all of this, bring it back down. You've got wood missing up here. and just it's delaminating. It's in really bad shape. The paint is not great. I just don't think I have the cosmetic skills to be able to do that. The back glass is not in great shape. But if anybody would like to do that, reach out to me, let me know, and I will, we can see if we can make a deal. Because if somebody does want to restore this, put a new playfield, new plastics and all, I would be happy to let it go. I mean, I got this thing cheap, so I'm not trying to make any money off of it. I would rather see it restored. I'm just not the guy to be able to do that. Anyway, that's just kind of the project concept, and not seen a SkeeBall pinball anywhere online, so thought it might be interesting. Let me know what you think. Bye-bye for now.